Are writers terrified of the blank page? Or is that just a cliche put about by non-writers who wouldn't know where to start if they had to write an article or a script? It's understandable. The things we don't understand often seem impossibly hard. When I talk to my accountant, he knows exactly what to put into all those blank, empty boxes. And I find the whole thing terrifying. It doesn't seem terrifying to him at all. He's not scared of blank boxes. I'm a writer. I'm not scared of the blank page. But it can actually be really hard to start a script. When you do have that blank page, you're about to start writing a script, writing that first scene is really difficult. Even if you've got an outline in front of you, which is telling you what's going to happen in the script. Where do we start? Who says what? How do we get going? And the trick there, obviously, is just to start knowing full well that you'll come back later and tidy it up, make it better. But just get your characters talking and you're off to the races. But the fact is, you've already done the work on the characters, on the plot, so you're not just pulling it out of thin air to begin with. You're a writer, you already know that that's what you're meant to do. But having conquered the blank page, many of us are reluctant to go back to a blank page. We've paid our dues, we've done the hard work, we've got our rough draft, and here on in, we're just going to kind of chip away at it, hoping that a statue worthy of Da Vinci is going to emerge out of this gigantic, hideous block of marble at some point, eventually. How's that going? The problem is we end up trying to tame some kind of Frankenstein's monster, which is a whole load of body parts that have been kind of lashed together in our 45-page script, which has got all of our ideas thrown down. So we've got this great big, huge vehicle, which is 9 different vehicles shunted together, and we're just there endlessly tinkering with it. Now, our first outline or treatment might be a new idea, might be 3,000 words. But, we think we can hone it and refine it, even though we're coming up with new ideas all the time. So here's my pro tip, and I've been doing this for nearly 25 years. Go back to the blank page. I know you don't want to, but in the long run, it will probably be a lot easier. It will be less work and it will be more fruitful. So I'm working on an idea at the moment. There's a treatment for this idea, including a pilot script outline. It's about 7 pages long, 3,409 words the last time I looked. I've just had a meeting about it. We all agreed that there was some key element of it missing. And also we came up with this idea of a regular visual device that could be really cool, that really encapsulates the heart and soul of this show, and I need to put them into that 7-page, 3,400 word outline. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start with a blank page. I know if I don't do that, I'll just keep inserting new stuff. And so after a while, I'll have 9 pages or 4,000 words. Look, I've written 4,000 words on this idea. It's full of lots of funny things and bits and moments and characters. But you know what? It's not a fun read. People don't like reading. And for goodness sake, if you're going to try to sell a comedy idea, give them a funny story. Make it really fun and easy to read. Don't hand them a version like architectural drawings. Nobody wants that. They want something fun. And the way to do that is to go back to that blank page, start again. You know what this idea is. Just start again. And I really think it will give that vim and freshness that it needs, because there it is, re-encapsulated. And also, you're not going to lose anything as well, because you're not starting from scratch. You may have a blank page in front of you, but for goodness sake, have your previous version also on the screen on the right. I've got my blank page on the left with the blinker blinking at me, and I've got my outline on the right. But I'm going to start again through my head with a new introduction and just a new way of explaining it. And then I'm going to kind of cut and paste little sentences and maybe a few paragraphs here and there. But in general, I'm starting again with a blank page. It feels like I'm taking seeds from a plant that I've been growing that's a bit of a mess and all over the place. And I'm replanting them in a fresh, unencumbered pot and allowing something more pure to grow. And it can now blossom unencumbered. So anyway, that's my hot tip, pro tip. Start again with a blank sheet, and I really do think you will be pleased that you did it. I know you don't want to, but I really advise you to do that. Anyway, loads of other pro tips over on my blog, The Situation Room. There's a link below. Hope you enjoy it. Click around. There's lots of other videos too. Stay tuned for more.